Welcome back to another video. If you have clicked this video, you are fine by seeing some of the glitches and tips on how we can boost certain events, changing the outcome on Dr. Brown, how we are finding him, killing the nude raid boss without using any pals, and seeing a hidden spot on the island, and also deciding what we want in the big all chest after we have killed the helicopter. Some of them are tips, some of them are glitches, some of them is just tweaking the game a little bit. And just to make sure everyone knows it, it is on single player game and it's also without mods. Alright, so the very first glitch that we're gonna use is we're gonna take our Dr. Brown and then we're gonna talk to him and use his ability on our pal. And are we in the situation where we are not getting what we want, we can just redo it. Alright, so we actually got a positive one, and if we don't want this, we can just go out of the game, going into our game and going to restore from backup data, and then choose a time just before we use Dr. Brown's ability. Then we can just redo this until we get into the point where we are finding what we need. And this time we ended up by getting Runner, which was super nice because I wanted a super fast pal. Alright, the next glitch, we are heading over to the new island, and what we are looking for is the fast travel point, hidden passage to Oculus Gate. Then we're gonna go through the tunnel, out on the other side, and then we're gonna turn around, and then a little bit up, and then you will see a gap. Here is the gap, you can go in. And if you're going a little bit around here, you will be able to get out on the other side, which is getting to this cool place where if you feel like it, you could actually build a base. It's not really for any use, I just think it's a cool spot to show. I'm pretty sure it's just above the cave with all the mines. That is right here, where the entrance is over here. So if we're looking in this direction, yeah, it fits well. So that's kind of the tunnel, and that is where all the mines are. All right, next one is actually how we are getting this guy without any pals needed at all. So there's a glitch where you can build a base and summon him, and you kind of don't have to prepare anything else except some missiles and damage. Maybe put some damage pals in your team so you are boosting your damage, but else you're kind of good to go. Alright, so we're gonna head up north to this place on the map. You should build a base here, but it is pristine snow field. You wanna walk up here and build a base, and the fast travel point is over there. Then you're gonna head for this rock and go further up, and around here is the place you wanna build the summoning stones. So things that you have to be aware of is you want to build your base on the ground and not on some foundation. But then you want to build the foundation, and then you want to put up the summoner stones, and you want to have it really close to this stone over here. That is like the main thing. So build your base relatively close to this stone on this side, around here, summoning the pal, and then you just have to run over here around this stone and hide in here. And then you can actually attack him from here until he dies. He's not going to do that much of a damage to you. And if you have boosted all your damage in the settings and lowered the damage taken from pals, then you are able to kill him just by yourself without using any pals at all. Alright, next on we're going to go over here because we want to get Dr. Brown now. And Dr. Brown is this spawn that happens on events, and events is places around the map where something specific can happen. And let me show you one event, because there is an event right here. Alright, so right here event can happen, and right now there's nothing. So we're just gonna leave the area, and then we're gonna go back in. So leaving the area around here, and then we're gonna go back in. So you might have to do this a few times to get the spawn that you want, and there's a chance that it could be Dr. Brown. It could also be a lot of others NPCs, and these kind of spawns is happening around the map. So there's one right here, there's one right here, there's also one right here, and there's also a bunch of others where on the new island, for example, there's one right here, and so on. I can list a few on the description, but else what you can do is just watch my last video. It takes 4 minutes on Dr. Brown, and then you know everything you need to know to find him. Next, we are going to the big oil rig, and here are we going to the point where we are opening the big chest. And when we have done that, we are seeing the helicopter, and that we all know takes quite a lot of time and is kind of hard to do. So if you are really struggling with it, you can just go in and out from this little house and shoot at the helicopter. Or just hide behind something else and shoot your missiles and then go back in behind. But the glitch/tip is here to do kind of the same thing as we did with Dr. Brown. So what we are doing is after we kill the helicopter, we're gonna wait a minute without opening the chest, so we have a good amount of time for doing a reload on the game. Opening the chest, see what we get. If we don't like it, we're just gonna go out of the game and reload it just before we are opening the chest, and then we can do this over and over until we are getting the specific loot that we want. Legendary schematics do have a really low drop chance, so it could be worth to go for one of those. You could also go for one of these books that are giving us the technique to permanently giving one of our pals more skills, but it is up to you to choose how many times you want to do this before you are picking your loot. Next one is on oil extractors, and this is probably one you have seen before. We have this spot where we can get 6 oil extractors on our base, but it does also still work on the new update. I've seen so many people comment that it doesn't work anymore because they're getting these notes. But if you're getting these lines, as you see on the screen now, it is still possible to get 2 oil extractor on one node. So that was all the most useful glitches and tips I have seen after the new Feybreak island came out. If you have seen or heard anything else, please make sure to comment about it in the comments. And if you use these tips, make sure to like the video and subscribe for more videos on Palworld. Thanks for watching.